All right, Mr. Taliaferro TV, how's everybody doing out there? So there's a report that got in the atmosphere, and it is via Rick Bucher. Rick Bucher has some clout in the NBA. He's been a long-time reporter of the game. He used to work at ESPN. He's made his ways around. He's got legit sources. I don't want to discredit Rick Bucher. But this story is, pieces of it are absolutely ridiculous. So let's just get into it. And back in February, it was no secret the Lakers were interested in acquiring Anthony Davis. We understand that Anthony Davis last summer signed with Rich Paul and Clutch Sports. Rich Paul and Clutch Sports, that's LeBron's homie's agency. Let's call it what it is. LeBron helped get that agency off the ground with his great play. His business decisions helped get Rich Paul's business off the ground. And let's just take it a step further. It was LeBron who helped further Rich Paul's business by helping guys like Tristan Thompson and J.R. Smith get overpaid to a lot of us. The casual NBA fan right there and the guy that follows the game. We know Tristan Thompson shouldn't have been making no dang $80 million. And I know for a fact through a source that I trust that the Cavaliers were literally negotiating with themselves in regards to J.R. Smith, who ended up getting, I believe, a 3-year deal for about $48 million. As a matter of fact, they're paying for that deal right now. J.R. Smith has been shut down for the season. That happened back in like October, November, right? They're paying for that deal right now. And he's nowhere to be found. Now, the report is, according to Rick Bucher, that Jeannie Buss got so frustrated with how the Anthony Davis trade saga played out, she considered trading LeBron James. Now, to break this down a little bit more, she believes that LeBron's agent and also Anthony Davis' agent, Rich Paul, leaked this news out to the media to further gain some traction, to hopefully put some pressure on the Pelicans. It made the Lakers look so bad. Again, according to Rick Bucher, he's claiming that Jeannie Buss, the acting owner of the Lakers, considered trading LeBron James. Now, I do think it's worth noting, it's a little side note here, that for Anthony Davis to get traded, it had to get ugly. It had to. The Lakers were trying to pull a heist. No matter who you think leaked the information out, let's call it what it is. The Lakers were trying to pull a heist. It is no secret that Anthony Davis wants to be a Los Angeles Laker. It is no secret that LeBron James wants him to be a Los Angeles Laker. It is no secret that Rich Paul has two clients, top of the line clients, two of the NBA's top 5 players. You got them both wanting the same thing. So obviously it's in his best interest to make it happen. These are no secrets here. Lakers want Anthony Davis. The young guys ain't working out anyway with the Lakers. So it was almost in everyone's best interest outside of the young Lakers for the Lakers to pull off this heist. And they were trying to pull one off by making it so public right around February, with only a few days before the trade deadline. You essentially gave the Lakers a week and a half by themselves to pull this trade off, because they were the only team that was willing to give in on, willing to make the trade and give up on their assets at this point in the season. Other teams are competing for playoff spots. LeBron was out, by the way, while this was happening. He was sitting out with a quote-unquote groin injury, whether you believe he could have played or not. By the way, according to Chris Broussard over at FS1, former NBA reporter, now NBA just somebody who covers the game and now is like a columnist, and he's also an analyst over there at FS1. He claims he talked to somebody in LeBron's camp. If LeBron wanted to play, he could have played on the groin injury. All right? Just putting that out there. Now, again, back to the story at hand. The Lakers wanted to make this move while the Celtics could not make a trade for Anthony Davis. Remember, the Celtics couldn't trade for Anthony Davis while Kyrie is on their roster because they're technically on the same type of contract. So the first opportunity the Celtics could have Anthony Davis and Kyrie on the same team is when Anthony Davis signs a new deal this summer, and when Kyrie signs a new deal this summer with Boston, then they could trade for Anthony Davis because they wouldn't be under the same type of contract. It's called the Rose Rule. So that's pretty much where we're at with it. The Lakers were trying to pull off a heist. Anthony Davis was in on it. I believe LeBron was on it. And I believe Rich Paul was in on it. And I believe Magic was in on it. Right? I believe all those guys were on it. Everybody, it seems like, except Jeannie Buss. My guess is Jeanie Buss is allowing Magic Johnson and Rob Pelinka to do them. I believe she's handed over all basketball-related responsibilities revolving around the roster to them two guys, and I believe Magic has allowed LeBron to get into the mix as well. I believe they're in cahoots, and it's pretty much one of those things where Jeanie only cares about her Lakers not looking bad. That's her team. That's her dad's team. Her and her brother, they got this team, and her brother's, let's make it clear, her brother's looking at how this Lakers situation is playing out. Jim Buss, like, yo, you didn't want me in on the situation or around this Lakers team, and look what you're doing. You embarrassing our dad's franchise, right? So it does matter to her how the Lakers look or how it's perceived. So reportedly, she was so upset at how the situation played out. Rick Bucher claims he's found out that she thought about trading LeBron. That would have been stupid for a multitude of reasons. I'll just give you a few. So I guess my question is, what NBA free agent, had they traded LeBron James, right? Let's just say, I don't know, I'm going to do a video on what I believe LeBron's trade value is later on, but let's just say LeBron is worth a good player in this league and a couple first-round picks. Okay, let's use Brooklyn, right? I know this trade would never happen for obvious reasons. Let's just say LeBron's worth D'Angelo Russell and 2 Brooklyn Nets first-round picks. I'm just throwing an offer out there. What free agent in their right mind would come join the Lakers after they saw LeBron get traded? There's nobody in their right mind in the NBA thinks they're above LeBron in regards to power. Now, there are guys, I believe, who think they're better players than LeBron, but in regards to power, everyone knows LeBron is the big cahoot in the NBA. It's been that way for quite some time now. And you think those players around the league don't talk? You think anybody in the league will believe in loyalty with the Lakers if they traded LeBron? No player in their right mind would come join that team in the foreseeable future. To get Magic Johnson to sign off on that. And Jeanie could make the trade and she could tell Magic, do it. Right? She could say, do it. I guarantee you, Magic Johnson is damn near a billionaire or closing in on it in the next few years. He is a powerful man. He might not have Jeanie Buss money, but he's a damn powerful man. I guarantee you he's quitting as the Lakers VP. And I'm guaranteeing you Rob Pelinka will be right behind him. You think they gonna stay around after he didn't have to work his ass off to get LeBron in the mix for maybe a good player? Because I don't believe you trade LeBron James for a great player, because remind you, any team that trades for LeBron is getting a disgruntled LeBron James because he believes, his career is ending in Los Angeles. He's got his family there. Unless the Clippers traded for him, and even then if the Clippers traded for him, LeBron will feel embarrassed because he believes he's untradeable. Now, I got my own theory behind that. I'll get to it in a second. He believes he's untradeable. Now, if you make this trade for LeBron, you get marginal talent back. Now Magic's upset. Rob's upset. And I would tend to believe the young players are not happy unless you bring in another young talent, which was possible. What message are you sending to the Lakers fans? We don't want the game's best players? We want to rebuild? It makes absolutely no sense to ever consider trading LeBron James in year one. No one thought the Lakers would win now anyway. And I don't get mad like a lot of other people get mad at LeBron for going after championships. Think about it. Who's winning in the NBA? For the first time in 9 years, we're going to see a new team from the Eastern Conference get to the NBA Finals. And honest to God truth, it literally is because LeBron decided to walk away from the Eastern Conference. He was dominating the East, fam. No one else is winning rings. It's been LeBron and the Warriors for pretty much the last decade. That's been it. No one else is winning. I'm not mad at LeBron for going out his way to win because he's not like Damian Lillard. And I love Damian Lillard, but he ain't going out and recruiting. Then when the Portland Trail Blazers get bounced in the first round every year, except 1 year, because he's not like some of these other guys who's okay with losing. Like James Harden, right? He said he didn't want LeBron this last summer. He said he didn't want LeBron. He thinks they're good with what they got. I respect the hell out of that. But is it smart? I'm not sure. Chris Paul has an injury history. And by the way, Chris Paul has done nothing but come this season and get injured even more. Right? So James Harden said he didn't want LeBron. Another playmaker, another guy that dominates the basketball. I'm fine with that. That's James Harden's ship there in Houston. I'm fine with that. But in 2 months, when the Rockets are in the Western Conference Finals again, and I believe they'll get there, and they're going against the Golden State Warriors, and Chris Paul gets injured again, and I hope that doesn't happen, but let's say he does, and Harden is trying to go for 40 points, and he's literally 10 for 40 from the field, and the Rockets get bounced, will he feel the same way? I'm just asking questions here. Look around the league. No one else wins. Look at the top guys around the league. Anthony Davis. He doesn't win. That's why he's trying to join LeBron. Kawhi Leonard. He has won. We'll see what I would reserve my right on on Kawhi Leonard, because the Raptors might make it to the finals. They got a chance. We'll see. But he ain't won nothing since winning that one ring. 2014. Is that 2014, right? Yeah. I'm just saying. Not a lot of guys not named the Golden State Warriors or LeBron James have won rings. And I don't get mad at LeBron for going after championships. Now, one thing I will call out LeBron for, and this is a personal decision. Well, I'm not going to say a personal decision, but it's something based off a personal decision that he made. You know, with Jeannie Buss considering trading him in year 1, this is probably the best version of LeBron we're going to see. I would expect him to decline, you know, throughout the next 2-3 years, like most humans do. I know he's kind of unhuman, but he's going to decline, right? So, one thing LeBron's going to regret, if she's considering trading him in year 1, when he's still giving you 27, 9, and 8, what's going to happen in his 3rd year with the Lakers, and he's giving you about 22, 7, and 6? You don't think? And the impact is low as well. It's not the same impact on the court, because that's diminishing right now. Defensively, we see it. Offensively, he's great in stretches now. You know, so what's going to happen then? You don't think Jeannie Buss is going to consider trading LeBron, especially if they don't bring in another All-Star? So I want to correct something that I said a couple weeks back, just, you know, to be completely transparent, because I am a human being and I make mistakes. I thought LeBron went to the Los Angeles Lakers and chose not to have a no-trade clause. That's not the case. Technically, when LeBron decided to leave the Cavaliers and go to the Lakers, he was ineligible for a no-trade clause. Any other way, he would have had that no-trade clause. I want to make it clear. Listen to me. LeBron does not have a no-trade clause in that contract with LA. That is one thing he's going to regret. And again, to become a Laker, he had to relinquish those rights with a no-trade clause, unless technically the Cavaliers would have re-signed LeBron, then traded him to the Lakers, right? And the Cavs weren't going to do that. They just let LeBron walk. They did that in Miami a few years back. They're not going to do it again. So just to be completely transparent, LeBron doesn't have a no-trade clause, and it's not his fault. Technically, when he decided to join the Lakers, he relinquished those rights. But he's going to regret not having that no-trade clause, because I can very well see this thing with the Lakers by year 3 being a complete mess. This was a grace year. Even Shaq said it last night on Inside the NBA. All the Laker fans and people within that Lakers organization and who have invested interest in it, they're giving LeBron a grace year. But this summer, he got to figure something out. They got to figure something out. Magic, Rob, everybody. Jeannie. There has to be more talent that makes sense around LeBron James. And Jeannie already reportedly considering trading this guy in year 1. I can only imagine what happens next year if the Lakers have to come back with Brandon Ingram, because, I mean, you know, hope he gets well. He's got a blood clot. And there's no trading him this summer, which probably means you're out of the mix for Anthony Davis. You better hope the Celtics get bounced in the playoffs early and Kyrie dips from Boston, so the Celtics can't trade for Anthony Davis. Other than that, there's no way the Pelicans are trading Anthony Davis to the Lakers. There's a lot going on here. Just stay tuned to my platform. It's a lot going on. It's a lot of stuff. Stay tuned. I'm out. I came from nothing, but I want everything God has for me. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I still represent the culture.
I got the kids. who are now tuned in.
Yo, we locked in right now, Mr.
Mr.Taliaferro.
Mr.
Shout out to Mr. Taliaferro.
You're watching Mr.Taliaferro TV.
Mr. Taliaferro TV, here with the triple B's, you can't do nothing but win.